You ever notice how it's basically impossible nowadays to see the words white or black without immediately associating it with race? I was playing backyard baseball a couple days ago, which is an old kid's computer game from the 90s, and in it you can create your own team name from a list of options. There's two rows, one for nouns like monsters, socks, rockets, and then one for adjectives like red, super duper because it's kids, and in this case there's colors like white and black. So I saw the color white and my first thought was, does the noun list have the word nationalists in it? Because that's mildly funny, right? Naming a Little League baseball team the White Nationalists, even though it's mostly full of black and Cuban kids because they have the best in-game player stats. Even the makers of this children's game were like, come on, we know how sports work. Every time you pick teams, your number one choice is Pablo Sanchez. Don't act like it isn't. He's got a small strike zone, and the way he belts homers, he could smuggle illegal immigrants into the country by hitting them over the fence. But it's true about colors. Black Panther is called Black Panther because his suit is black. Not himself. Probably. I mean, I don't know. The Green Arrow doesn't have green skin, so assumedly it's the costume. But racial tensions in politics run so high that it's bleeding into facets of everyday life where it doesn't belong. I recently saw someone say, isn't it interesting that white cats are viewed as regal and elegant, but black cats are considered bad luck? No, it's not interesting even slightly. It's their fur, for God's sakes. Take both those cats and shave them, they'll look the fucking same. I guess what I'm saying is we need to take everyone on Earth and tear the skin from their bones until we're all the same color skeletons walking around with nothing to visually judge people by. The key to ending racism forever is nothing more than mutilation and removal of the flesh. I'm not sure that there ever won't be racism, at least from white people to black people and vice versa. I think racist white people will eventually stop caring about Mexicans and Asians, but there's always going to be bad blood between black and white, because that's just what happens when your property rises up against you. People take that personally. We never owned Spanish or Chinese people, but blacks, that revolution hit too close to home. Look, if you had a toaster that made you toast every morning for hundreds of years, and then all of a sudden all the toasters decided that instead of making you toast, they were going to drink out of your water fountain and whistle at your girlfriend, you would hold a grudge. You would carry it down the family tree from generation to generation, sit your sons and grandsons on your knee and rant about how you gave these people a good home, steady work, and how did they repay you for it? By making you blast them with fire hoses and hang them from trees. Those ungrateful 3/5 of a civilization. That shit goes deep, and it travels down the bloodline because they make sure it does. Racism is borderline hereditary. It's like religion. If it's instilled in you at a young age, it's gonna be tough to get out. So as with religion, I doubt we'll ever be fully rid of it. The proponents will continue to spread the word and gather amongst themselves no matter how underground they're forced to get. Totalitarian societies always have pockets of resistance. So I don't know what we do about that. I mean, obviously I can't solve racism. It's not like I'm a Miss Universe contestant. Although I would love just once for one of those girls to be asked what we can do about world hunger and just reply with, probably nothing. I, Sunburned Albino, am not here to lift you up. I achieve it collaterally most of the time because I'm just an overall delight, but it is not my goal. This series is transference, come what may. I don't always or even often think good guy thoughts, and I don't aim to appease your morality. I say this because I feel like this episode in particular inspires little faith in anything, and it's not going to get better from here on out. World hunger. How do we solve it? Easy. Genocide. It's by no means a new concept. Buffets are too crowded and space needs to be freed. There are too many kids' shoes stuffed in shelves at McDonald's play places. We need to perform incredibly late-term abortions on a large population of children. And where are people starving? Africa? North Korea? Where else? Right here. Why? Because little Timmy won't shut the fuck up all day until mommy shoves 3 Happy Meals down his throat and puts him to sleep in a food coma while street urchins take 2 sticks and play their ribs like xylophones. This isn't privilege versus poverty either, by the way, because neither of those concepts would exist if there wasn't a surplus of real estate sponges inhabiting so many plots of land that we have to clear-cut forests to make room for them. Supply is low, demand is high. Reverse that and you'll see things become affordable real quick for everyone who's still alive after the much-needed, randomly selected purge. Because people talk about building utopias by choosing who gets in. Like, no dumb people, no ugly people, no talentless people. Hey, the McDonald's in Utopias is gonna need workers too. It's gonna need sanitation. Does your perfect world have Harvard law graduates mopping floors? Dissension is inevitable. Rebellions start when you piss off smart people. They have drive. They can mobilize. All the traits you screened to get them in there are now the catalyst for your society's demise. You piss off dumb people, they make Twitter hashtags and stay right where they are. Apologize and they'll believe you. Change nothing and they won't notice. So you want to save the world, kill off some of the parasites feeding on it. And don't think just because we plant flowers in our gardens we're not still parasites either. A symbiotic relationship does not consist of one side drilling, burning, and polluting the other side, while that side gives literally everything to the first side. But I have a tree named after me. Not for long you won't. I want to start clear-cutting people's backyards and then ask them if they still don't care about the environment. When endangered species are losing their habitats and your response is LOL who cares, alright, then you wouldn't mind if I slowly crept up your staircase with a bulldozer? We could see how you like going extinct. Then to honor your memory, we'll plant the Starbucks where you were crushed and pretend you were never there. Dude, when the population of an animal gets out of hand, they start an extermination campaign until the numbers lower to what they deem reasonable. And that population gets out of hand usually due to a lack of natural predators. Why can't we do that to ourselves? We have zero natural predators. We're running unchecked. We need an organization ready to start dropping random bodies whenever our numbers get out of control. And we're a few billion past out of control. Someday there's gonna be a fucking reckoning, because if people won't do it, we'll eventually force nature itself to. Just do it after I'm already dead, please. Whatever I say, I'm not part of the problem. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.